joining. This is Nick with Nick's Nonsense. Nick's Home Nonsense. Some kind of nonsense going on here. There's always some kind of nonsense. Might be some oil on my cheek. Might be that type of nonsense here tonight. So there's always something to do. So what we're looking at tonight here is a 2005 VW Beetle, a new Beetle. And guess what it's doing? Well, if you saw the title of it, it's leaking oil. All kinds of problems. It was also having some kind of brake issue. Maybe we fixed it, maybe we didn't. I found something loose I can show you in a little bit, which I put back together, and we'll see if that fixes the brakes or not. All right, so let's just take a walk around this car here, and then I'm going to try figuring out why the oil's leaking. So, new Beetle, it's red, it's got a convertible top. Make sure you check out the video where we replaced that top on there. That was a pretty interesting project, but it was successful. That's still the same top, and it's been a while now. I don't know when we did it. It was over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. It was a while. So, Beetle, looking kind of funny there. Oh, yep, it's like looking like a lowrider. All right, come around to this side. There's that top of the Beetle. We bought a top off of Amazon, no, eBay, off of eBay, and put a new top on. And here we are looking at it again. It's my daughter's car. She's about to take it to college, and it's leaking oil like crazy. Lots and lots and lots of oil's leaking. Like she has to top it off, I don't know, every day. So we need to try and see why it's leaking oil so we can determine what the fix is going to be. All right, Samuel, hi, thanks for joining here today. So what I did have here is I've got a jack and 3 jack stands under it. I want to make sure I'm safe. This is a very low to the ground car. There ain't no room under there if that thing falls. That thing sits like 4 inches off the ground. So plenty of stability here. I jacked it up, put the jack stands under, dropped it down onto the jack stands, and then I just snugged up the jack again for a 4th support. But it's on the jack stands. Hi, thanks for joining. Avlardo, if I got that right. All right, so what I'm going to do is I got a whole bunch of towels here. Yeah, those aren't the type of towels normal people buy because we're not normal. We got shreds of towels. Yeah. So let's take a look at our towels that I'm about to climb under this Beetle and use. There we go. It's like almost toilet paper like towels. We bought these at an auction, came in a giant roll. They're great towels. They're like shop towels, but they're only 3 inches wide. Nope, we're not stuck. So we got an oil leak, trying to fix an oil leak on this VW Beetle here. So we got it jacked up on the side. This side looks like a low rider because it's jacked up on the other side. And I'm about to crawl underneath there. Thanks for joining, guys. And trying to figure out why it's leaking oil massively. My daughter needs to add oil like every day, every time she drives it. So looking from the top down, it seems to be somewhere way back behind there. Way back in the back side of the engine. And do I sell cars? No, no. I have 7 kids, and 3 of those are driving with driver's license. The 4th is taking his driver's class, so he'll have a license too. So we've got a lot of cars around here because a lot of people need to drive cars. All right, so You can kind of see where it's leaking there. I can maybe, with a mirror, I can maybe see where it's leaking from the top side, but can't really get it. I'm going to crawl underneath and see if I can clean it up a little bit and figure out where this car is leaking from. So here we are. And as you see here, I don't have a proper workspace. We're in the United States, Wisconsin, central Wisconsin, working on a Volkswagen Beetle here. Yeah, hi guys. Lemon. Yeah, it might be a lemon car, but for the price that my daughter got it at, what do you expect? It was really cheap for a pretty good car for a while. She got it a couple years ago, and it's been good for her. Compared to other vehicles at the same price, this one was a lot better. All right. Turbo. It is a turbo. Yes. Of course, that means I've got some turbo pipes in my way here. So let's go ahead and crawl underneath here. Yeah. Hi, guys. Yeah, Mark. Yeah, Monk. Yep. Goodbye. It was a goodbye, but as with anything old, it's going to need work. I'm just not sure if we can tackle this issue or not. So what we're doing is we're trying to figure out what's leaking and if we can stop it from leaking. Because if it's going to take major engine work, like if it's a head gasket or something, it might not be worth it on this age of a car. All right, at least no rust. Yeah, it looks very clean under here. There's a tiny bit of rust, but yeah, it's a really clean car. All right, let's see if you can see this here. Oh boy. Not really. All right. Sorry about that with my tripod. You guys are just way too high up. You're from Monaco. Morocco. Awesome. Yes, 05 Beetle. Excellent. All right, let me set you on the ground here. All right. So, what we're looking at is a lot of oil right in this corner. I'm underneath the car right now. And right here, it's very wet. Very wet. And right here, I mean, everything's soaked here. Very wet. So what I'm going to try and do is just reach up here with all these towels and do a lot of cleaning. And hold on, let me push this button here because I've been having a problem with my comments lately where it only shows some of the comments. So I'm gonna get my comments going here. Okay, it looks fine, but I did a live stream on Saturday and there was like an hour where it wasn't showing many comments and everyone's trying to talk to me and ask me questions and they're like, why aren't you responding? You're ignoring us. Well, it was this weird YouTube comment thing. It was just shutting them all off. All right, so here we go. Let's get back at this. Oh. All right, so way up here, it's leaking from this side of the engine, like under the turbo area. So it could be something with the turbo. I don't think so, though. It doesn't look like it's coming from the turbo. But honestly, we can't tell because we can't see anything here. All right. Well, to live chat, remember to guard your privacy and abide by our welcome to live chat. All right. You know what? That's not you guys. That's YouTube telling me that.
Well, I was telling you.
Yeah. Weird stuff. So I'm just cleaning up in here. As you see, it's all nasty under here. Trying to get out from underneath where all the stuff's dropping. Earlier I was under here and nothing was dropping. You know why? Because I wasn't cleaning. Yeah, car, yep. VW Beetle, 2005, massive oil leak. All right, let me swap rags here. That one's getting dirty. And I'm just working on a gravel driveway. So I've got a tarp to lay on because the driveway is full of poop. Goose poop, chicken poop, duck poop, all kinds of poop. And I'm getting full of oil too. I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy about finding where this thing's leaking. Can you guys see it? Everything's wet. Yuck. Wet with oil. Everything in here. Oh, I'll tell you what. I'm going to shut my Wi-Fi off because there we go. All right. Might glitch while I did that. All right, if you guys are back, I had to shut my Wi-Fi off because I'm right at the edge of our Wi-Fi and it could just kill the stream if I lose Wi-Fi. I don't like this. I can't reach anything up in there. Hi guys. Yep, Tanner. Hi. All right. Thanks for joining. We're trying to find a leak under a car here. Got 3 jack stands and a jack. It's on the jack stands, but the jack's there because this is a low car. 2005 VW Beetle. Wet. Everything's wet here. Wet with oil. I'm not a mechanic. So if you're joining this thinking you're going to watch a mechanic show you how to fix your car, that ain't me. I am an everyday person who's trying to save money because I got 7 kids, and with that comes a bunch of vehicles, and my daughter's car is leaking oil like crazy. So I'm trying to figure out if there's any way we can fix this, short of spending more money than it's going to cost to buy a new car. Oil. Let's grab a new paper towel here. Like our toilet paper looking paper towel. The geese, they were trying to get here. All right, back under the car. I think I'm going to have to start the car at some point and look for the leak from underneath. I've already done that from above and I can't really see it. It's probably halfway between up and down, hiding behind stuff. There's like the turbo piping here. I'll show you again. All right, so if you guys can see it, try and free up my other hand. All right, so here's piping. Here's a heat blanket on some piping. And the leak seems to be like way up behind there, way up there. At least it seems to be. This doesn't seem too wet. This right here is soaked. This gets soaked. It seems to be behind this, way up there. All right, I'm going to crawl out. And it's a big leak. It leaks a lot. Crawling out of here. Okay. Oh, that's no fun. Cleaning the grease or the oil off myself. Whew. Yeah. That's not good. So one of our thoughts that we're gonna maybe be able to do is, if I could have found, see from the top, I thought I could feel a seam, and I took a mirror and I tried shining behind there with a flashlight, looking at the mirror and seeing where the oil was coming from. Hi, Jeremiah, Big Daddy. So I thought I could kind of see a seam, which would mean it might be a gasket. I think it was lower than the intake manifold, which means it might be the, I'm no mechanic, the head gasket, just a guess, I don't know. But what I was going to try doing, if I could get at that seam, clean it up real good, is I was going to try and put some of this toothpaste looking stuff on it. No, it's not toothpaste, it's RTV silicone. Yeah, that's not the best way to fix an oil leak, but if we could temporarily squish it in real good, like if it's a broken gasket, a blown gasket, if we could squish RTV silicone into the crack good enough and let it dry, it might slow the leak enough to be usable. I don't think I can even get at it though. Maybe they caused the leak. They might have bit it. They might have bit the engine. All right, so I'm gonna set this down for now because I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this unless we can find a spot that's leaking that looks like silicon will fix, which probably not. All right, we've got a problem here. Dilthy the goose. All right, the other thing we're gonna do. Yeah, I'm not gonna say your name. We're gonna put some stop leak. We're gonna put some stop leak in there. Oh yeah, it's all run down over here. But that's why we're using silicone, blue toilet paper, and stop leak to fix our issues. All right, so the other issue was it was having brake issues. The brake pedal, it felt like the brake booster wasn't working sometimes. So recently, a bunch of these hoses here, they were like all chewed up and gooey and gone. And my daughter took it in to have a mechanic look at it to look for the oil leak. They didn't do anything about the oil leak. They said, we don't work on, yeah, they said, we don't work on Volkswagens, but we fixed your brake lines, brake booster lines. So they replaced some of these lines. And ever since then, the brakes are horrible. It like goes down to the floor and okay, yeah, you guys are not helping here. We got a Dilthy problem happening, and the brakes wouldn't work. They would work, but you got to stomp on it really hard. So today I looked at it. This might have absolutely nothing to do with it, but this hose was not in that tube, so I seeded it. Probably has nothing to do with it. Okay, let's go ahead and start this thing up, and I'm going to go back under and try seeing if I can see the leak. Those geese. Those geese. I'm telling you. Let me grab the keys. I'll put the stop away because I don't want to leave that sitting on the engine and doing this. All right. There we go. Hey, as long as we're looking at this, I just want to say some of you guys gave me a great tip a week ago about putting a bigger rear sprocket on the chain that was loose and slapping. I got that successfully put on midweek last week, and it's been running fine since then. So thank you guys for helping. All right, let's start up this car. It's a small car. It probably needs bleed. You need an engine analyzer to electronically bleed. Oh, that's fun. Well, it could be, yeah. The thing is, it works after it dries for a while. But yeah, that very well may be the case. I'm no mechanic. And they did mess with the brake boost vacuum lines, but I'm not gonna touch the brakes right now. We're looking for the leak. All right, we got it started. It's a small car. All right, I'm gonna get under there before it's all wet again. And pretty soon it's gonna start dripping on me probably. Let's show you here. I don't see anything leaking yet. It should be somewhere up in this area. Somewhere up in here. I do not see it leaking yet. It's going to be getting hot soon. Hold on. What?
Maybe it's that empty oil.
Maybe there's no oil left. Let me shut it down and check it.
Yeah.
Make sure there's oil in it. Oh, you're gonna love the oil dipstick on this thing. There it is. Look at that. Look at that thing. Yeah. All right, let's utilize our blue toilet paper towels here. It seemed like there was oil in it though.
Huh.
Yep.
Oh,
We're halfway up.
maybe it's got a certain melt because the angle we're at? I don't know.
Oh, we're at an angle. Let's run it. Let's run a little longer.
Maybe I could decide.
Maybe it takes a while too.
Yeah.
All right, at least we have oil, so we're gonna start it again. Try and find this oil leak. Yeah, I mean there was a hose disconnected up under the engine, like a vacuum hose. So I'm hoping maybe that had something to do with the brakes and it's magically fixed. If not, that'll be a separate issue we'll have to dig into. But yeah, this was not connected to this. Might just be a sensor for emissions, or it might be important. Back under the car. I am getting oiled up. I don't see it yet. But we did not magically fix it, because I've done nothing today to fix it, other than wipe it. Somewhere up in here. Yeah, I know the answer. We just need to tell my daughter to always drive on an angle. If she just always drives on an angle, it doesn't seem to leak as bad. Maybe we put bigger tires on this side and little ones on that side. Hello from North Florida. Oh, your car accelerates by itself without cruise on. I have no idea why. Yeah. That'd be bad. All right, you agree with Raul. Okay, is Raul the one who talked about the needing to bleed the brakes? Or is he the one talking about getting sweaty? After oiling the, oh yeah, after oiling the car up. I'm starting to get oily here. Okay, we're just gonna give it a little time to maybe start dripping. We'll be able to tell. We'll be able to tell when it starts dripping because I have this tarp under here. And that tarp's pretty dry, so let's just give it some time. Frustrating because I can't get under there to look for the leak without tipping it up like that because this thing is so low to the ground. I'm not gonna fit under there. If I had a lift, I could lift it flat. I don't have a lift though. Vehicles. It's never easy. And the cost of repairs these days is just insane because you don't know what it's going to cost to begin with before going in. And then once you get in, the cost might be worth more than the car's worth. Yeah. Of course, if you have a brand new car, it's no brainer. You spent $120,000 on a truck, you better fix it. So, while we're letting the car warm up and hopefully start leaking oil, because it will, I didn't fix it. We put stop leak. We put some of this stuff in about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago. And it seemed to help a little bit. UV dye kit and light to find it. Okay. Thanks for that tip. We need it to start leaking first though, so hopefully it starts leaking while it's in the air because it doesn't do a whole lot of help if the UV light's shining on it, but I can't get under to see where it's leaking. I'll just see it on the driveway. So hopefully it leaks while it's in the air. But yeah, we put this in about 3 weeks ago. It seemed to help, but now it's gotten worse again. I didn't do anything today, so it's gonna leak. Okay. VWs pretty commonly have leaks on the PCV valve.
I think that's it's in the front of the engine.
That's in the front of the engine, you think? Okay. It seems like the leak's on the back side of the engine in this car. Of course, the engine's like sideways in this car. It's very cramped. It's a very cramped car. Everything's shoved in there. It's so tiny. But yeah, I was going to tell you about this top here. We replaced this top on this VW Beetle a while back with one off eBay, and it's still working because the rear window, that was the main issue. The rear window leaking rain in there like crazy. So check out that video. A little bit of stretching going on there, but eBay top, it seems to be holding up pretty decent for what we paid for it. Ain't leaking yet. Okay. We got a couple drips there. Yeah, it just dripped again. I'm gonna climb under. Of course, now that's getting hot under here. All right, there's the drip right there. Just trying to see where that is. It's in my hair, that's where it is. Oh yeah, it's dripping. Oh yeah. Where are we at here? Right here. Of course, that's where it's all pulling down to, but it's dripping pretty bad. Oh yeah. I guess you guys got your wish. I'm getting oiled up. Oh yeah. I'm getting oiled up here. Let me shut it off now. Stop that leak and maybe I'll be able to see something. It's leaking too much now. Yeah. It still leaks. All right. There we go. Dripping. Horrible. Horrible. Dripping a lot right here. Coming down from that way. Because the car is tilted. It does really seem to be in that same corner I was talking about. Oh, yuck. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Oh, yuck. I'm getting greasy here. Yep. Yep. That's no fun. They've confirmed it leaks. Oh. Do we have any flashlights, Tanner?
Maybe. I know you can flip the phone around and use your camera on your phone. I'll look in the garage for it.
Okay.
I have my phone on me.
All right, we're going to try and shine up in there a little bit. All right. I need to shine from below. Lower down. Yeah, the engine's hot. We're looking for a flashlight here. Oh, what's going on here? I got some kind of message weirdness happening here. I think my hand hit something because my hand's all greasy. There we are. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that last comment. We're trying to find a flashlight. So far, yes, we've confirmed it leaks. It leaks a lot. Look at that. Look at that puddle. That's from running for like 4 minutes. Ooh, flashlight. Yes. All right, here we go. Let me get you turned around. Grab the flashlight. There we go. Oh, yeah, we could have used this like half hour ago.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, so much better. Now we can see. Wet. I see all kinds of wet up there. Can you guys see the wet? I can. I can't see where the wet's coming from. I mean, lots of it right here. But I think that's because that's the lowest point. Yeah, this is no fun. It's right there. If you guys can see that, that's full of wetness. Yep, that's full of wetness, which means it's coming from way up high. All of that looks wet. All right, I'm climbing out. It's dry way, way, way up there. Ooh, it's not dry on my face. It's not dry on my face. Yeah. Ooh. Use some of that toilet paper blue stuff. All right. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's no fun. It's too high up from underneath. It's too far down from on top. Yeah. Let's go ahead and lower the car. Put the stop leak in. So we had a couple comments about the PCV valve. We'll have to, but Tanner also thought that was in the front of the engine. This leak seems to be coming from the back of the engine, so that might not be it. All right, let me get my flashlight out from under there, get my tarp out from under there. Otherwise, they're gonna be trapped under the car. Yeah, it's way back in there somewhere, so you can't get at it. All right, let's get you set up here on the camera so I can drop the jack. My tarp. There's all that oil.
Oh.
Okay. Should be good to drop it. Going down. Okay. There we are. That wasn't very fun. And even worse, it wasn't very productive.
Mm.
One more thing. We're going to put some stop leak in it. Will this solve the problem? I doubt it. We already did it once. But we had 2 bottles, and it says on the bottle, may take 2 bottles. So we're going to do 2 bottles. 1 seal stop leak. I think our oil leak's way too big. But if a $10 bottle can stop the leak, that might save a $2,000 repair. All right. What you drinking there? Some stop leak. It's for when you gotta wake up in the middle of the night too many times. Get every last drop out of that. It's my daughter's car, 2005 VW Beetle. Hoping to stop the oil leak. I doubt a $10 bottle or $5, whatever it is going to stop the leak. Not good, because you can't see where it's leaking from the top, and we just were underneath and we can't see where it's leaking to. We can see the leak when it drips in your eyes, but you can't see where it's leaking from, because look how crowded this engine bay is. It's like super compact. I mean, how do you even work on this engine? You can't lift anything out the top. I mean, look at this. It's got to be all from the bottom. Drop the engine out of the bottom or something on this car, because I mean, you can maybe lift the cover off and pull it out, maybe, but that's about it. Yeah. All right. That's probably about all of our Kool-Aid that's going to come out of our jar here. Let's not forget to put the cap back on. It has oil. It leaks oil. And it's going to continue leaking oil. Let's hope this helps. We have to look at the brakes. We're going to check that. Beyond that, I think that's it for this car for today. I was hoping to put some goopy silicone on an oil leak and do some gravel driveway mechanical repairs to stop oil leak with silicone, but I can't even find where it's leaking. It's way back there. So, all right, I think I'm going to tell you guys good night. It's Monday night. We're from central Wisconsin in the United States. Thank you guys for watching. 2005 VW Beetle, unsuccessful oil leak repair. All right, thanks guys. You guys have a good night.